Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. Today is officially my second video on perfume and I'm so excited to start this. So today I will be sharing my coup de coeur, the perfumes that I've smelled this year, and trust me, I've smelled a lot of perfume this year. I've sampled a lot and this is going to be my top 9 perfume that I've smelled, and those 9 perfume obviously ends up being the 9 that are also on my wish list for 2023 that I'm excited to get a full-size bottle. So without further ado, let's start the list, and I will go from the perfume, not the least one that I want, but basically just going from like excitement of how fast I want to add it to my collection. So the number 1 will definitely be the one that I want to buy the most, but obviously money wise I will have to see how that's gonna work out, because some perfumes are extremely expensive, some of them are like mid-range, but most of the perfumes, if not all of them, are niche fragrances. I tested a few designer fragrances and honestly you'll see it's gonna be a recurring theme on my channel, but designer perfume just no offense to anybody, just don't really do it for me. And if I can give somebody an advice right now that wants to start a perfume collection, it would definitely be to start with designer. I made the mistake of starting with niche and I'm paying the consequences because those perfumes are expensive. So I wish my nose was more into designer, but I'm just, I guess, a bougie girl and I'm gonna spend that money on those perfumes. So without further ado, let's get the list started. So at number 9, I have a fragrance that I've actually did not sample, but I followed that YouTuber for a long time and she's been giving really good perfumes to try out, and she loves gourmande and I'm also into gourmande a lot, and it's Gabby and it's her collaboration with Navitus, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called Chocolate Queen. And the notes just sounded so delicious, Irish cream, it just sounded so decadent, and you know, it sounded like up like my alley. And honestly, I don't think I have fragrances that have chocolate notes that I really enjoyed to date, except for one which is going to be my number 3, I think, which I'll talk later. But I'm excited to try this perfume. It sounds so exciting. I've already watched so many reviews about it and I don't know what to expect. But I'm excited. It's on my wish list. I hope whoever has me at home gets the perfume for me, if you're watching. If not, then I'll just get it myself eventually. So that's number 9. Number 8, I have Initio Absolut Aphrodisiac. So this is a perfume that I've known for 2 years now. Like, I sample this perfume at least 3 times each year, and each year I tell myself, I'm gonna buy it, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it. Honestly, it's just because it's so expensive and I try so many perfumes and I end up always finding a more affordable vanilla that can just hold me down until I actually splurge on Initio. It's like animalic, it is sexy, it's so different from the generic vanilla scent that I think we all love but can be a bit boring at times. And for me, it's just more grown, more interesting, and it just meshed well with my chemistry. Like, every time I put it on myself and I smell myself throughout the day, I'm always like, this is it, this is it. So at number 8, it is Initio. I keep forgetting the name. It's Initio Absolut Aphrodisiac. You know what? The name says it all. The name says it all. Number 7, it's actually such a surprise because I think in my last video I told you guys I do not enjoy rose fragrances. I know Delina is like the queen of the rose fragrances, but I hated that perfume. Honestly, it is a beautifully made fragrance. I just personally do not love rose scent. It just reminds me of rose water. I cannot dissociate the two, and I can objectively say that it is a beautiful perfume. Even when I was testing it out, I think my sister gave me like a compliment. She's like, wow, you smell really good, what is that? And I'm like, oh, I don't like this perfume, but it is Delina. It is actually a rose scent and it is the house of Thameen, and it's called Peregrine. I think it's been on YouTube. Like, I think a few YouTubers have talked about this fragrance. It is decadent. It is a caramel and rose prominent fragrance, and that rose is delectable. It is good. It doesn't remind me of rose water. So when I wear this perfume, I do feel like a boss, you know. I feel like I can conquer everything, I can do everything. with the help of my perfume, and I actually get compliments all the time when I'm wearing it. I actually have a sample right now. I'm so excited to get a full bottle because that caramel and rose mix is where it's at. Like, I know oud and rose is the thing, but oud is already difficult for me to like, and in rose it's difficult for me to add, so like the two together never really works for me. But caramel and rose, House of Thameen, thank you, because this is the first rose fragrance aside from the Meleg. This is a long name. Cherry, chocolate, rose, cherry, chocolate patchouli fragrance. Those are like the best rose I've ever tested. At number 6, I have a fragrance. It's called Don't Ask Me for Permission. I do not know how to say the Italian name of this house. I will insert pictures and probably the name title somewhere here. But this scent for me, it was actually my summer scent when I went to Europe this year with my best friend, and it was like my night scent. And for me, it is a sultry, I wouldn't say flowery, but it is a really fruity dark fruits. And when I mean dark fruit, it's like the fruits have been macerated. It is delectable. It is super sensual of a scent. Like it's hard to kind of picture that, but if a scent could be sensual, it would be that. It is so comforting, and it's not cloying. It is just beautifully blended, and you feel so beautiful wearing it. And actually, funny story, when I was in Italy, we went to a cafe in the morning and I wore it because I was just like, you know what, I don't need to wait until it's night for me to wear this perfume. I'm gonna wear it today. And we were sitting at this cafe and people were super nice and everything. And then as I was leaving, the barista, he was a man, and he came, he said, you know what, the server that you had, which was a woman, he's like, she wants to know what's your perfume. Like, she asked me to ask you because she's too shy. And I said, give me a pen and paper, let me write it down. I love the names of all the perfumes I have. The number 5 is one that has been here for such a long time. People have been talking about it, raving about it. I discovered it this year. And the thing is, when I sprayed it, I hated it so much because I didn't understand it at first. I was like, this is spicy, this is weird. What is this? Like, why is this so hyped? And then not even 2 minutes later, I was sniffing my hands and I couldn't stop throughout the day. Like, I was just sniffing my hand, and this perfume is so good. It is what I would describe as a milky chai latte that has a holiday twist to it with a base of amaretto mixed with Baileys. Okay, I'm like throwing all these words out there. You know, make with it what you can, but this is the best I can describe it. It is definitely holiday season kind of scent. I actually prefer it more than Angel Share, and the two together, wow. So number 5 is obviously, I hope you guessed it, Tabacco Vanille from Tom Ford. It's definitely a test before you buy. And honestly, with that price point, I would never even suggest for anybody to buy this bottle if they didn't like smell it beforehand. At number 4, we have, I don't want to say it because I've been I wasn't gatekeeping, but I feel like once I was writing down all the things I wanted to put for this list, I didn't want to put this perfume because I'm like, I just want to I want to be the only one to know about it. But it is called Note d'Amore from Lake Como, and it is an Italian house. It's not really known. I actually just found out about it by accident, and it is a predominantly chocolate and oud scent and a bit of dry fruits. So you can see where I'm going with this. This is a sexy scent. I feel like I'm so redundant, but Note d'Amore, it is sweet, it is delectable, it is so nice. It's hard to explain, but the chocolate, it's both a dark chocolate and a milky chocolate with dry fruits. And the oud is not animalic whatsoever, and I feel like it almost complement each other so well. It's like I don't really know where the chocolate starts and the oud ends, and vice versa. It's just they're blended so well, and it's just such a good scent for like a date night. It does lean a bit more, I would say, Middle Eastern in terms of like the scent profile. So if you're not really used to oudy scent, I would say tread with caution, because although I love it and I think it's beautiful, it's a strong fragrance. I wouldn't say it's like a basement where it's like you're gonna slap people in the face, but you're leaving a trail, you have a scent bubble, it lasts for hours. It's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, and I cannot wait to have a full bottle, and it's gonna be part of my collection, and I cannot wait. Top 3. Okay, top 3. I'm gonna sound so generic, but I smelled this perfume this year and I fell in love with it. Maison Mahita, and it's called Escapade gourmande. And this perfume, when I kept hearing that it was the best gourmande ever, I was side-eyeing everybody. I was like, y'all did such a fuss with, but at the end of the day, I'm like, scent is subjective, so you know, I might like it, I might hate it, I have to test it to know. And I tested it out, and it is wow. Like, if you like creme brulee, if you like flan, all those kind of desserts, imagine that dessert as a fragrance. It is a custardy vanilla. I just want to layer this perfume with everything I own because I think it would just add such a beautiful vanillic and again custardy depth to any other fragrance. And I do feel like a lot of the fragrances that are on my list right now do complement each other really, really well. So I can't wait to have all of them together to mix and match however I would like. At number 2, I have the House of Meleg. Again, it is a Canadian house. I think they are located in Vancouver, and this scent took me by surprise. It is called Scent is a Language. You see, the name is already so poetic. The name is already telling me you need me in your life, and I need that perfume for sure. So it's number 2. It's hard to describe that scent. That scent, it's the way it's written on the description, it says it's a pop. And honestly, it's the best way I can say it. It's a pop. It opens with this beautiful melony, citrusy, fruity punch that it's so hard for me to pinpoint what kind of fruit it is. I just know it smells like a tropical melon, if that gives you an idea. It smells like a tropical melon. It is milky, it is sweet, it is feminine, it is just so beautiful. That is the first scent I've ever smelled, honestly, that made me want to have a signature scent. This perfume really said, I can be your one and only. And I was like, yes, you can. And you might be, we'll see. But clearly not, because I'm gonna have all these other perfumes. But it is such a beautiful, fun, it's like not serious, but it's serious enough. It's like sweet, but not too sweet. It's fruity, but it's not really fruity. It's so hard to explain, but it's so good. It's so good. That's all I can say. It's good. And number 1 is honestly the best fragrance I think I've smelled ever. And I know that's a big claim. But that scent is everything I love about fragrance. It is unique. It is different. It is so beautifully crafted, and it has notes that I love, and it is scent of wood, and it's called Maple and Praline, and that scent is chef kiss. That is going to be my next buy. If you're Canadian, okay, like me, and you grew up in the early 2000s and you went to school and you went to maple syrup shacks when you were younger, and you used to, like, you know, they used to show you how to make the maple syrup, like the maple syrup sap and all that stuff, and then at the end they would, like, you know, like pour the maple syrup on ice and you would like just roll it. Oh, good times. But this fragrance, it's reminiscent of this for me. It's reminiscent of like maple and Canadian winter. It is so festive, so comforting, so sweet and gourmand. It is for me a legit gourmand because the maple syrup is so realistic, but I'm pretty sure there's like a real maple syrup in this. I'm not sure, but I'll double check and like write it down in the description box below. Once I have that bottle, honestly, everything else can wait for a while because this is gonna be my winter fragrance through and through. And with that said, this is it for my fragrances. These are my wish list and the best fragrance I've smelled this year and years prior, but most of them that I smelled before, I've smelled again this year, so that's why I included them. And see you on the next video. Bye.